back to another episode of this BS podcast show. I'm your host, like always,
The Fry Guy,
Brandon Fryer. We got a great show. I got Denea who's going to be here in the building. She's going to be with me up to the first half, so I'm excited to have her here. Pretty much, it's going to be a lot about bracket talks. Bracket. Basketball, and brackets. That's what it's all going to be about. We also going to have Yo-ish, obviously, when you send us the tweets, and we got some football talk. So let's stop all this talking. Let's get right into it. First quarter. Let's get you caught up with some news this week and start off in the NBA as Phil Jackson has been named the team president of the New York Knicks. Big news there. The contract is up for 5 years. In the NFL, free agency is still here, and there's been some notable signings like wide receiver Golden Tate signing with the Detroit Lions. Cornerback Cortland Finnegan signs with the Miami Dolphins. The Saints signed safety Jarris Byrd. The Broncos made a bunch of big signings as they got Aqib Talib, DeMarcus Ware, and Emmanuel Sanders. The Patriots probably made the biggest move of all, signing cornerback Darrelle Revis to the team, and the Cowboys signed defensive tackle ex-Bear Henry Melton. There's also been some re-signings, players staying with the same team, as the New England Patriots signed Julius Edelman back with them. The Ravens re-up Eugene Monroe, and Roger Stafford re-signs with the St. Louis Rams after failing his physical with the Oakland Raiders. So now he's back in the fold with the St. Louis Rams. There was a trade that went down too as Jim Harbaugh reconnects with his former player in Jonathan Martin. He's been traded to the San Francisco 49ers from the Miami Dolphins in exchange for a conditional pick. In some college hoops, Doug McDermott is named the Big East Player of the Year. Ex-Tennessee head coach Bruce Pearl has been hired as a new Auburn basketball coach for their head coach position. And last but definitely not least, the NCAA brackets are in and the teams are set. Some of the notable number one seeds in the South is Florida. In the Midwest is Wichita State. In the East is Virginia. And Arizona is in the West. And let's talk about more of that NCAA brackets with me and Denea in our next quarter. Second quarter here, we're going to get into some bracket talk. I have Denea here in the building. Denea, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. You enjoying this weather?
Yes, I am.
I know you're real big into this weather right now. You're like, oh, it's 52 degrees outside. It's warm. And I'm like, man, to me, this is still cold. I'm up here. I got a cold right now.
I'm great.
I got a cold, so you know what that means. If I got a cold, it's sexy time. Got my sexy voice because I got my cold. You ready for Brandon's sexy time?
Okay. No.
Okay, treat me. All right, but let's get into our brackets. We got the brackets coming up. There are games going on as we're doing this podcast, so if we're not updating you on certain things, it's too bad. I don't care. But no, one thing we do know for sure, Albany did beat St. Mary's. So these are the four play-in games. So we got those going on as we speak. We're going to talk about each other's. We both filled out brackets, me and Denea, and we're going to talk about who we got in our Final Four. I'm going to first take it to Denea. Who you got in your Final Four?
For the South, I have Florida. The East, Villanova. Midwest, Louisville. And the West, Arizona.
Okay. You know what? Pretty much in the West and in the Midwest, I got the same thing. I got Arizona and I got Louisville. And my South is different from yours. I have Florida actually losing to Kansas.
Not gonna happen.
Okay, you said it's not gonna happen. We got a personal wager here, so we're gonna do a lot of trash talking in this process. So I'm expecting to win, like I always do. But
what?
Okay. But anyway, I got Kansas beating Florida, and then I actually have Michigan State.
Definitely.
Michigan State is one of the best teams in college. They've been hurt, but I'm pretty sure they're going to get it done. They're back fully healthy. They just got to get their whole team right and focused. They got to learn to synchronize and play together as a team.
Sounds like they have too much work to do to win.
That is true. Okay. But you up there making fun of them. I actually got them winning the championship. I got Michigan State winning. I got them going to the championship round, playing Louisville, and I got Michigan State winning. Who you got in your championship?
I have Florida and Arizona.
Florida, Arizona? Arizona, I don't even think that's going to happen.
Florida's going to win.
You got Florida. Florida's the number one team, so I give you that. I just feel like you just picking the team because they number one.
No, I asked you how you feel.
See, Denea today has been really trying to treat me a lot. Okay, on your upsets, who is your biggest upset you get?
North Dakota.
You know what? I agree with you. I got North Dakota State also winning that. I got them beating Oklahoma. I got a lot of upsets. Not a lot, a few. I shouldn't say a lot. I got Harvard beating Cincinnati. So I hope this Ivy League school wins. Obviously, you hear her say no in the background, so obviously she has Cincinnati. I also have. I'm trying to look at my bracket as we speak. I don't really know I had no more upsets. I thought I had a lot. It's just North Dakota State. I have Pittsburgh beating Colorado, and then I have Harvard beating Cincinnati. That's it. And as I'm looking at Denea's bracket, she has Pittsburgh also as an upset. She has Dayton beating Ohio State. And that's actually a pretty good upset pick that you had right there. Also, as I'm looking through here, she also has. I'm looking. Yeah, that's pretty much what you get. So you got North Dakota State as well. So it should be fun. I love this time just because it makes me more in tune with the sports. Because I have a little wager going on with Denea. It's gonna be fun. We haven't decided what our wager is. You on Twitter can decide what the wager is if you want. We're gonna probably have our own person, but we like to hear y'all opinions as well. Because it might be a good one that we like, oh, that's a good one. We're gonna take that one. So
should be a photo post of something crazy.
You just thought of that?
Yeah.
Well, a photo post of what?
I don't know, because I know you're going to lose, so we should make it really embarrassing and have you post it on your Twitter during your show.
Like walk around butt naked?
Yeah, with like a ham or something.
With a ham?
I don't know.
What's up with you and this nakedness right now? I know why. Because it's sexy time. Because I got no foot. It's sexy time.
That sounds like creepy time.
No. It's sexy time.
Moving right along.
We're in halftime, and it's time to talk about our 2014 BS rap brackets. The results for the first round is already on our Tumblr page. That's the fragguybs.tumblr.com. But we're going to get into the second round real quick. But before I do that, we had a lot of upsets today. And I'm going to tell you some of the upsets. In the first round, starting in the Midwest, Twista defeats Lupe Fiasco. Are you surprised by that?
Not entirely.
Yeah, Twista been around for a minute, so he got probably more in his career than Lupe right now. Yeah, Lupe, I don't know what he's doing to play. Yeah, I don't know. Something's up with him. And then in the West, Childish Gambino beats Tiger. You could believe, Tiger. You know what? Tiger kind of fell off a little bit. Tiger was hot when he first came. If it wasn't for Rack City, I feel like Tiger would just be a regular rapper.
And with the coconut, with the juice and the lime.
I don't even think that was that big.
Mix it up.
I feel like that was big for whites.
Well, damn, I like the song.
And then, probably to me the most shock, Nipsey Hussle defeats Schoolboy Q. Now, Schoolboy Q, Collard Greens, Man of the Year. He had the #1 album like not too long ago. And Nipsey Hussle, a guy who never even put out like no albums yet, but he has a great following and a great mixtape buzz, a great underground buzz, beat him. He beat him by like he had 60% of the votes. So it was kind of close. He had 60%. So, And then in the East, 50 Cent beat Meek Mills.
That don't make no sense.
Meek Mills to me is the most overrated MC in the game.
But 50 Cent,
But see, one thing about I know if you're thinking of right now, you'd be like, "Are you crazy?" But that's the one thing that's good about our 2014 BS rap bracket. You don't know if it's like who's hot right now or like who's been doing it for a long period of time. It's just whatever you prefer. And I'm glad that we don't have no rules. You just got this look on your face like, why is 50 Cent advanced?
Like, Soulja Boy sucks and he could be 50 Cent. I don't understand how this worked out.
Soulja Boy...
He paid somebody.
He paid somebody?
He paid somebody.
What, he paid fans?
Nobody understands what he's talking about. He got shot in the face.
I bet you he's still rapping about that.
That's all he was talking about.
I bet you that's what he's still rapping about. You know he got a new album coming out, and I bet you he's going to talk about that. I bet you he is. What else can he talk about? Okay, and then in our other upset, Mac Miller, who was the #9 seed, defeated Wiz Khalifa, his understudy. So Wiz Khalifa's kind of falling off.
Yeah, he a family man now.
Yeah, he rocking them leather pants. He living it. And
those leggings are dope, though. I got a few in my closet.
Yeah, that's not saying too much about Wiz Khalifa right now. And then in the South, Juicy J defeats Jeezy. And B.O.B. beats Future.
Oh, okay.
I can see that.
I like B.O.B.
Yeah, I like B.O.B. too. Out of all of our first round matches, the closest matchup was Mac Miller defeating Wiz Khalifa. Mac Miller only got 51%. So, I mean, if it was dead even, it was 50-50, that would have been tough. Somebody would have had to vote. But Mac Miller got 51% over Wiz Khalifa. And the biggest blowout out of all of them, I thought like the number one seeds would do it. A lot of number one seeds got like 90%. But Drake only had one vote against him. Drake killed Action Bronson. He had 99% of the votes. Only one person, I think, voted for Action Bronson.
That's just too bad.
I know, you're not a huge Drake fan. I
should have been the number 2 to vote for him.
She does not like Drake. And you know what's funny? A lot of people don't like Drake either because they just, like, the dudes don't like him because he's soft. And you just don't like, his songs. You personally told me you're not a Drake fan.
I think he should go back to Degrassi. Rapping.
Would they still want him? I bet you they would now.
They should take him. That Martian.
Put him back on the wheelchair? Yeah. Put him back on the wheelchair so he started spitting them raps?
Yeah, because, God.
Okay, so I'm about to get into the second round. And I'm going to ask you, I'm going to tell you the matchup. You tell me who you got winning. Okay, I got the number 1 seed, Kanye West, taking on the number 8 seed, Chance the Rapper, in the Midwest bracket. Who you got between them? Kanye and Chance.
West.
You said that like no problem. I do. The only reason I feel like Chance would even win it if he got just a big following that. Chance just had one really good album. It doesn't mean you still over Kanye. So I agree with you. I got Kanye. Okay, next you got the number 5 seed, Common, taking on the number 4 seed, Big Sean.
Big Sean.
I'm going to go with Common. Just because he got more on the plate. Yeah, but I bet you he come out with a song.
Who is he going to connect with now? We going to talk about his movie?
What Wu-Tang who they connect with? Common's a Chicago legend. Yeah, sure. All right. Then I got the number 6 seed, Kid Cudi, taking on the number 3 seed, Chief Keef.
Kid Cudi.
Chief Keef. Chief Keef.
What's he going to say? Bang, bang? Like, what?
Bang, bang.
That's his whole rap.
Yo, I saw a video of him talking, and he was like, you know what I'm saying? And that's just how I make my flow. I'm like, what? What?
Gold. Stupid ass rapper.
Then next, I got the number 10 seed, Twista, taking on the number 2 seed, Eminem. Yeah, I got Eminem too. All right, then we're going to take it to the West. The number 1 seed, Kendrick Lamar, taking on the number 9 seed, YG.
Kendrick Lamar.
I got Kendrick Lamar too. Number 5 seed, Tyler the Creator, taking on the number 4 seed, Snoop Dogg. That's a tough one for you?
Yeah, Tyler the Creator.
I'm going with Snoop. Snoop's a legend. Then next, what?
It's going to be high. Who knows what he's going to be saying? And now he's Snoop Lion. Is he going to be Jamaican?
I thought he changed his...
Exactly. He can't. He doesn't.
And he put out a funk album.
Oh boy.
And he changed his name again, I think.
What is his name now?
I don't know what it is though. We got to research that.
I need to be an artist. I can change my name.
That's awesome though. Then we got the number 11 seed, Childish Gambino, taking on the number 3 seed, Game.
I don't know with this one.
I'm gonna go with the Game.
Yeah, me too, because his daughter's so precious.
Then I got the number 10 seed, Nipsey Hussle, taking on the number 2 seed, Macklemore. I'm going with Mac too. I'm sorry. Nipsey, I'm not even a Macklemore fan, but Macklemore's going to probably take that.
What? He's awesome.
I ain't feeling Macklemore. Like a silly can't hold it, that's just not me. That's not me. Then in the East, we got Jay-Z, number 1 seed, taking on the number 9 seed, Mac Miller. Why you laughing? You got a long pause for that. I'm going with Jay.
I'm going to pick Mac Miller just because I know people are going to be upset about it.
You know what? Let me say, a lot of people voted against these, like Kanye, because some people don't like Kanye, some people don't like Jay, some people don't like Drake, Rick Ross, Kendrick Lamar. That happens. So you just want to pick Mac. I'm going with Jay. Okay. This one's going to be interesting, and I'm glad I'm going to say this one. You got the number 5 seed, Wale, taking on the number 4 seed, Nas.
Oh, Nas.
Oh, you know what? I'm going with Nas too. I thought you was going to pick Wale.
No, if it was Fabulous, I would have picked
He beat Fabulous. He beat Fabulous.
Did he now?
Yeah, he beat Fabulous.
You don't say.
I am a big Fabulous fan, kind of. I like the Soul Tapes. She's a big Wale fan.
Because he chipped his tooth. That's all he talk about.
He ain't talking about that no more. He got the soul tape. Anyway, then we got the number 11 seed, 50 Cent taking on the number 3 seed, Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj should kill that, in my opinion. Then we got the number 7 seed, A$AP Rocky, taking on the number 2 seed, Drake.
A$AP.
I'm going with Drake. She doesn't like Drake. Then in the South, we got the number 1 seed, Rick Ross, taking on the number 9 seed, Juicy J.
Rick Ross, because he's the boss.
This one's tough, because I actually feel like he's the weakest number 1 seed out of all of them.
Kiss the ring.
Because he's Rick Ross? I'm going to go with Rick Ross. I'm going to go with him. I'm going to go with Rick Ross. Then we got the number 5 seed, 2 Chainz, taking on the number 4 seed, Gucci Mane.
I'm going to go with 2 Chainz.
I'm going to go with Gucci Mane. I feel like he got a lot more people underneath him. He had a lot more hits right now. 2 Chainz hits are bigger, but I'm going with Gucci. Then it's the number 6 seed, J. Cole, taking on the number 3 seed, T.I. Who you got?
J. Cole.
I'm going to go with T.I. Hustle Gang. Then I got the number 10 seed, B.O.B., taking on the number 2 seed, Lil Wayne.
B.O.B.
Lil Wayne taking that.
No, he's not.
Nah, Lil Wayne's taking that.
What is he going to talk about? That Martian is running out of things to say that nothing makes.
Granted, I'll give you that, but he's still Lil Wayne, and he's got a great following. So
yeah, he has no more metaphors left.
Nah, he gonna come with some more. They gonna sound stupid and retarded, but he gonna have a bunch more. And watch, when you hear it, you're gonna be like, and I'm gonna look, and I'm like, see, another metaphor.
You're like, that's horrible. Everybody's on drugs that likes Lil Wayne.
I feel like you gotta be on drugs to listen to Lil Wayne. So that's our 2014 BS Rap Bracket. Go on Twitter, vote, send us all your emails or direct messages, whatever you got. Send us it. Remember, the voting will end next Tuesday. So have them in early. Next Tuesday around noon. So after that, I'm not counting up no more votes for any artists. So try to get them in as soon as possible so we can see who advances to the next round in our 2014 BS Rap Bracket. Third quarter here, and my voice is dying right now. I got a cold, by the way, so that's why I'm in like, it's sexy time. So I hope you're ready for this sexy time that we're about to give you. So I feel like I should do this like once a month and give you sexy time with this voice. Like, hey ladies, it's time for this BS podcast show. Sexy time. But let me stop playing and get into some football talk, as the NFL free agency is still going on, and it's already the first week has been over. I want to continue my winners and losers for NFL free agency. First, my winners. They was my day one winners in the Denver Broncos because they signed the safety, TJ Ward. But now they got DeMarcus Ware, Emmanuel Sanders, and Talib. You got those right there. They're actually saying we're going for it. They got a 1 to 2 year window for this championship because of Peyton Manning, and we're going for it. And I love their moves. Another winner is the New England Patriots. The reason why I got them, because of one man, Darrelle Revis. I do like the re-sign of Julius Edelman, by the way. But Darrelle Revis is the main reason. I wish they keep Vince Wilfork, but Darrelle Revis is the reason. You like how I digress and go to other players and still go back to Darrelle Revis? I mean, he's the best cornerback in the game. And speaking of best quarterback in the game, by the way, D'Angelo Hall, I saw what he did on Twitter coming at Richard Sherman. I'm going to get into that because I actually got one of those as my question for that Your Ish segment. So I'm going to get into that. But let me get back to the winners and losers. My losers, I only have one loser, and that's the Carolina Panthers. Cam Newton is probably so upset with the GM and the organization of the Carolina Panthers. That's why he probably said, you know what, I guess I'm going to have surgery now. Maybe I'll miss some time so I don't have to be there for the all-season workouts because I have nobody on my team. He has no wide receivers. Steve Smith is gone now. He's with the Baltimore Ravens. I think they lost their other 2 receivers too. So I don't know what they're going to do. They are just lost right now. And Cam Newton, I'm sorry, man. I hope you get better on that surgery. Speaking of one quarterback, let me get to another quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater, NFL prospect. He's rumored to possibly be in contention for the number one pick. And his pro day was this past week, matter of fact. And boy, man, it wasn't horrible. It was okay. They said at best it was okay. But to me, this quarterback draft class is not really impressive to me. Blake Bortles, Johnny Manziel, Teddy Bridgewater, they are not too far off than the quarterbacks is going to be taken later, like AJ McCarron or Jimmy Garoppolo. So it's not too much of a big drop off. But I'm still interested to see who will go number one in this upcoming NFL draft and which would be the first quarterback taken. Will it be Teddy Bridgewater, Blake Bortles, or Johnny Football? And which teams will they go to too? So I'm looking forward to that next quarter. It's time for my favorite segment called Yo Ish. It's when you, the people, send me your questions and I answer them right here on the segment. Let's start off first. I don't know your last name, but I know who you are because I just can't say your full name. And I know you're going to be listening to this. So I'm just going to say Hove. Hove, I call him the white version of me. You know what I'm saying? We both named Brandon, but I'm going to call him Hove. Hove sends me a question and said, what do you think the Nets will do with Jason Collins after the season is over? Well, they already signed Jason Collins, the Nets, for the rest of the season. But after the season, I think he's going to be in the same situation he was just this season, which is I don't think he's going to get picked up by any team. He might go for training camp with some team, but I feel like he's not going to make the cut. And then down the line, when it comes to the playoffs, when you need a veteran big man to just clog up the lane and play defense, some team will pick him up then. Probably. I don't know. This could be his last hurrah in the NBA also. So it could be either last hurrah or another team will pick him up late in the season for a good playoff push. So that's what I think they'll be doing with him, Hove. Hove! Next question is at Yo Me, who said, who is the most intriguing MLB team this upcoming season? Mine is the LA Dodgers. They got all the high-priced talent. They got Puig. They got Kemp. They got Gonzalez. They got Clayton Kershaw. I'm always excited to see this team. I actually do want them to win the championship. Baseball season's coming up, by the way. I think it's coming up this Saturday. They're playing. I think they're in Australia. So I can't wait for MLB baseball. I'm kind of excited, especially when it's getting warm. That's what I'm most excited of. Just warm. I can walk outside butt naked if I want to. I'm not. Unless you're ready for more of the sexy time. My last question is, at NFL My Life said, top 3 cornerbacks in the NFL right now. This comes off a question from that statement between D'Angelo Hall and Richard Sherman. D'Angelo Hall said Richard Sherman, they had a little beef on Twitter, a little verbal exchange, but D'Angelo Hall said that Richard Sherman doesn't even crack his top 3 cornerbacks. I think he had Darrelle Revis, Patrick Peterson, and I think it was Talib. I'm not even too sure. The reason why he said Richard Sherman don't make it because he has great safeties behind him. My top 3 is number 1 is Darrelle Revis. Number 2 is Richard Sherman. And then number 3, I got Talib from the new Denver Broncos. I'm excited to see the Denver Broncos. I can't wait. So that's my top 3. D'Angelo Hall, I felt like was a little salty because I think everybody's kind of hating on Richard Sherman because he talks too much. But the man backs it up. So why y'all hating on him? You know, congrats the man. Come on, D-Hall. Before I run up out of here, I want to give you all my player of the game. It goes to quarterback Josh McCown. He signed a contract for 2 years, $10 million with $5 million incentive to be the new quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This man was a backup. 2 years ago, this man wasn't even in the NFL. He was a high school coach, and now he's the starting quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I wish he would have stayed in Chicago and be a backup, but how can you pass up the money like that and a position where you can start in the NFL? I mean, Josh McCown, you got to take it. So for him, he is my player of the game for this segment. Then my full of bull is keeping in the NFL. It goes to defensive end Jared Allen. The reason why he's full of bull, he said if he's not getting the money he wants, he's going to retire. Look, man, you're an aging NFL defensive end. Nobody's going to pay all that money for you. Granted, he did have a good season, but you got to be realistic. you're going to have to come down off your asking price. As we doing this show, I don't think he's signed with a team right now unless something just pops up right when I get off this show. But Jared Allen, you are straight full of bull. So don't feed me BS and call it sugar grits, man. Don't do it. Don't say that stuff. Don't be telling NFL teams you're going to retire. They don't want to hear that. They know you full of bull. Man, feeding that BS. I want you to go on my Tumblr page. That's thefryguybs.tumblr.com. Go on there. You can check out the results of round 1 of our 2014 BS rap bracket. You can also go on there and see the second round matchups for our 2014 BS rap brackets. Also, go on our Twitter. Send us your emails and your messages and vote. Hit us up on Twitter too. That's at this BS show. So I want to give some shout outs before I go. Shout out to my man Hove, man. Answer your question. Shout out to Hove. Hove been listening with me from day one. He said I don't shout him out enough, so I'm definitely going to shout out Hove. So I'm glad you sent this question because it makes me remind me of you. So I know, Hove, I just like saying that, Hove. I like saying that. It's like my white brother right there. We were separated from birth. Also, I want to give some shout outs to Devin Washington. Shout out to my man Lawrence Holmes, Jonathan Hood, Jared Payton, who's been helping me out big time. Yes, the Jared Payton, son of Walter Payton. He's been helping me out, man. I'm doing this show in a suit right now. I was busy doing some errands, doing some stuff. I got some stuff in the works. Got my tie, and I'm wearing my tie because you know it's sexy time. You liking sexy time. Send me your feedbacks and tell me if you loving sexy time right now. I also like to thank my special guest / co-host Denea for coming through again. Love having her there. She helps me out big time. Shout out to my man Mike. Shout out to everybody who listens and support the show. I really appreciate your feedback and everything that you're giving me. The show has been growing with us, and you've been there from the jump to watching me do this experiment with this back and forth, and I really appreciate all y'all support. This has been another episode of This BS Podcast Show. I'm your host, like always,
The Fry Guys,
Brandon Fryer. And remember, life is a game, so play hard all 4 quarters. Thank y'all for tuning in. See y'all next week. Peace! Gotta go get this throat taken care of. Pause.
thank you, come again.
Bye-bye.
Tripping. I'm out of here anyway. Peace out.